Alright guys, basic overview, demonstration stroke tutorial on this TerminalMix2 from Reloop. It's a 2-deck Serato performance controller. Comes with software which is Serato DJ Intro. Also you get this nice piece of card with an overview of the functions on the unit. You also get a USB cable and you get your instructions, or also known as an instruction manual. Comes in Deutsch, which is German, English, which is English, Francais, which is French, and Espanol, which is Spanish. So, nice one. All right, there it is. You'll notice as well, I've got a vinyl turntable to the right of the unit. You can plug in one separate entity, which is either vinyl or CD. And at the end of the video, I'll show you how to plug in and what to do. All right, so comes with Serato DJ Intro. If you're using a PC, you may have to put into your PC the drivers. I believe the drivers are on the software, and I'm pretty sure if you're using Mac, you won't have to do anything with drivers. So what we'll do, we'll look mainly at, first of all, below the platter, the 3 buttons from right, and it's on both platters from right through to left. We have play, pause, we have a circle with a line, which is sort of Q, and we have this thing that's got a cup on it. Don't ask me why it's got a cup, but there you go, it looks funky. All right, first and foremost, this is my own personal opinion about this particular unit. It's very sturdy. The platters are exceedingly sturdy. They're not flimsy, they're not wobbly in any way. Yes, admittedly, if you put your finger either side of the platter and really pressed hard, they'd move, but then you're not going to do that. I would say, from the point of view of a DJ, a turntablist, really giving it some welly, it's not going anywhere. And also what I do like is, if we take the sound, right, that sound, you'll notice my finger is there, and scratch turntablists will understand this, and hopefully you will as well if I try and explain it as precisely and concisely as possible. Where my finger is now, that's roughly 8:30. You'll notice I'm scratching that sound at 8:30. You know, we get it, that's 9, all right, yeah, that's 9 o'clock, that's 8:30. And the sound isn't moving, it's not, I'm not having to follow that sound. Now, some CD players with scratch mode, maybe some controllers as well, you do tend to start to have to try and catch up with the sound. You shouldn't have to. If that's where you're scratching that sound, whatever the sound is, that's where you should have to only scratch the sound. In other words, when it moves, you want to bring it back to that point. Moves, bring it back to that point. You don't have to move and then try and find the damn thing again. So scratching, very good, and it's perfect. Right, so if I press play, pause. The track I'm using, by the way, is by Danny J. Lewis. It's entitled Feel It. It's from 1996. So press play, pause. I'm going to press play, pause again. I'm now going to press the next icon, which is the circle with a line in it. And I'm going to press play, pause again. I'm now going to press the cup of tea. Right, let's have a look now at the software and see what happened when I was doing that. I'm going to turn this light off now. Right, we'll go a little bit closer. Right, I'm now going to do exactly, well, hopefully exactly the same. Press play, pause. Press play, pause again. Stops. Press play, pause again, and it starts from the point at which it stopped. Press play, pause. I'm now going to press the circle with a line in it, and you'll notice 2 triangles appeared there, one facing down, the other one facing up. What I've done is I've now set a cue point. Press play, pause. I'm now going to press the circle with a line in it, and we've gone back to that cue point, but the track has stopped. I'm going to press play, pause again. I'm now going to press the circle with a cup in it. It's gone back to the cue point I set, but the track carries on playing. So if I was to press the circle with a line, it stops. Press play, pause. If I press the circle with a cup in it, it goes back to that cue point. So straight away what happens there is circle with a cup, goes back to the cue point, carries on playing. Circle with, the button with a cup, it goes back to that cue point, carries on playing. Press the circle with the circle in, or the cue point, bloody hell. Sorry, I'll get there. I hope I'm not confusing you. You're nodding your head going, yes. I pressed the circle with a circle and with a line, and it stops. Relatively simple once you know what you're doing. Sorry if I confused you. Right. Just going to press play pause there. Okay, this icon here will let you go into or out of scratch mode. So if I press, and first of all you'll be going, I'll explain. When that LED there is shining, and it's an LED to the right hand side of the left hand platter, around about sort of 1 o'clock. Yeah, on the left hand platter. On the right hand platter, the icon is to the left hand side about 11 o'clock. So you'll notice this icon at the moment is shining, what is it, red? Yeah, it's red. Okay, if I press that, we can still scratch. Now, the reason for that is now we can probably cue a point. Get to that point, cue it up, and that's where we cued. But while the track's playing, I can now use the platter if I turn it clockwise to speed the track up, or anti-clockwise to slow it down. So I can use this function in conjunction, that rhymes, with the pitch control. If I then engage the icon, I can now scratch. Alright, crossfade, 2 up faders. Like a lot of controllers these days, you've normally got quite a nice dial, center position, and that is where you can scroll through your tracks, your folders on your PC. So you'll notice here, if I scroll up and down, I can scroll through the tracks I've got there at the moment. And you can go back, and these guys here are there for loading up the tracks. So if I just go up there and load Danny J. Lewis again, it starts all over again. Alright, if I put that light on again now, and move the camera like that. Right, let's have a look at some of the functions on the top of the unit. Alright, we have filter effect. We have low, also known as bass. Mid. Above the low, and above the mid we have high. Above the high, right at the top, we have the gain control for that channel. This mustn't be used as a master volume control. This is here to set the level for this channel to make sure the level is the same on this channel as the other channel. Really important. This is your master output, and it says it, master output. Below that, we have a booth output. So for example, if you're using this, say in a club or a mobile environment, you can have your own little monitor PA system. Headphones, Q-Mix for your monitors, and sampler volume. We'll have a look now at an area around the top of the unit, just above each platter. So whatever I'm about to explain above the platter on the left-hand side will be exactly the same on the right-hand side. We have hot cues here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to randomly press these hot cues. So I've engaged 4 hot cues, and I'm going to press these again. Alright, how do we get rid of them? We've got, on the left deck, around about 7 o'clock, we have a shift delete. What I need to do is press that, and then while I'm holding that, press down the buttons, hot cues, and now those samples have gone, or sorry, not the samples, the hot cues have gone, but if I press them again, when they're shining, I've now got a new or new, depends on how many you want, hot cues. Press that again, away you go. Alright, we can form a loop as well. Above hot cue 2 and 3, we have in above 2 and out above 3. So if I press in, out, we've got a hot cue. Or sorry, hot cue. We've got a loop. Getting confused myself now. All I need to do to get that loop out, press this button here, loop. So do that again. Formed a loop. and we can see that loop on the software. And I'm going to press this. We'll have a look at the software, and I'll press that. There you go, the loop's gone. Okay, pitch. If you move the pitch away from you, the track will slow down. If you move the pitch towards you, it'll speed up. You notice there, when I get into the center point, we have a blue LED. That means we're at the center point, which is near enough the precise speed that the track should be. We have this guy here, an icon for pitch range. While I'm pressing that, if we have a look at the software, if you take a look at this area here, while I'm pressing that, we go from plus or minus 8, 16 and 50. So that'll give me the option of increasing or decreasing the speed of the track by 8%, 16% or 50%. And that's the percentage of the original speed. We've got here this icon, key lock. Have a listen. With the light not shining, not only will I be able to slow the track down, but I also will be able to just disengage the key. Press that. Now the key stays the same, but I can still increase or decrease the speed. It's great when you're mixing tracks and maybe the speed of the track you're mixing is there's quite a difference in speed. Let's have a look at some of the effects. Effects 1, 2 and 3. To turn them on, you press the buttons just underneath so you can see the LEDs highlighted. With the LEDs off, no effect. Right, I'll just zoom the camera out a little bit. Right, so to get a vinyl turntable plugged in, now first of all you'll notice now, the volumes are down, so I'm just going to make sure that that level is up a little bit, and right, there you go, I'm moving the vinyl, but you'll notice the volumes are down. Alright, what's going on here is on the back of the unit, which I'll show you very shortly, there's an area where you can plug in either one vinyl turntable or one CD player. But alternatively, what you could perhaps do, you could have a separate mixer. So you could go, say, into your separate mixer, your CD players, your vinyl turntables, and use the effects, the bass, mid, treble, on your separate CD player, and then from that CD player, you can then go into this guy here, and then from here, out into the main PA. So what that means is that, let's say, for example, if you're doing a set with someone who has got some hardware, you can still carry on. There's no need to unplug things and mess around. You have the other DJ who has his or her CD players, vinyl turntables, and then they go from there into this, and then you're doing your set with your software, bang, as soon as you've finished, the other DJ can go and carry on. So, if we press play, hold on, oh, the track's finished. We'll grab another one. Hold on. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourself. Alright, so you're doing your set. You finish your set. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Bang. Bang. Away the next DJ goes. Alright, so I'm just going to take the camera off the stand and we'll show you what you need to do. On the front of the unit, you have input routing phono line, and you've also got this level button here. So you need to make sure that this button here is switched over to MST, and that's your level. So that's almost like the volume control for the input. In other words, the volume control for either the vinyl turntable, the CD player, or alternatively, like I said earlier, if you've got a separate entity altogether, you've got CD decks, the whole lot. Right, so let me think, shall I pause the can? No, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to turn this off in my punk style, and you'll just have to sit and talk amongst yourself. I'm going to turn the software off, so if we just press the I'm just going to click on the top icon up there, and it's got exit. Do I want to exit? Yes. So that's now finished, and there's the unit, and on the back of the unit I'm just going to, where is it now? I'm going to press there, and that's off now. So I'm going to unplug, I'm going to unplug, and I'm going to unplug my power. Right, so if we have a look at the back of the unit again, we have LN, which is short for line, and we have PH, which is short for phono. So I'm going to make sure I've got either line or phono, and then there's your input. And then there is the earth cable if you're using vinyl turntables. But of course, if you are using an external mixer, then of course you'd attach the earth cable to your external mixer. In brief, you have your input there. Now you notice that thing there, that is to attach your cable to. So you've got your input, and then what you need to do is unscrew that and attach the cable through there, plug it in there. That's your on-off, that's your USB. Master balanced, 1/4" jack. Let's say you're using this at a gig. I recommend that you use balanced because you won't get much loss of any sound or signal, should I say, and you won't get much interference also. Master unbalanced, if you're at home and maybe your powered speakers or your amp, I don't know, a couple of foot away, fine. Booth RCA, like I said earlier, that's for your monitors, and that's about it. So, all right, it's a basic overview of this guy here. It is well made as well, and what I'm trying to do is give a very basic explanation on how it works, also what it's like. I have had lots of kit, lots of controllers and whatnot, and this is one of the controllers out there that they've taken time to make, and also they've decided to, you know, construct it very well. The faders feel nice, they don't feel flimsy in any way, shape or form. The crossfade has got a good feel, and also the dials, it feels well made. All right, so I hope that's been a help. If you have got one of these, then let us know what you think about it in a comment. And if you have got one, why not do a video response, bit of a mix on it as well. I will put information on this particular product in the description, and I'll leave you with practice and enjoy. Thank you very much.